In this video, we'll demonstrate how you can publish mobile applications to Alpha Launch, enabling you to install applications on a mobile device bypassing the App Store. So you can see over here we have a view of my iPhone, and I have the Alpha Launch app installed on my iPhone. The Alpha Launch app is an App Store app that you can go to the App Store, both the Android App Store and the Apple App Store, to launch. So I'm going to go here and launch Alpha Launch, and the Alpha Launch home screen comes up showing me all of the apps that have been previously installed in Alpha Launch. And what I'd like to do in this video is show how I can create a new app in the Web Project Control Panel and then publish this app to Alpha Launch. So let's go now to the Web Control Panel, and you can see that I've created a simple app over here. It's a mobile app that displays a list of customers from the Northwinds database. And what I'd like to do is publish this app to Alpha Launch. So first thing that I'm going to do is go now to the Web Control Panel and click on the More button, and then click on Alpha Launch, and then Publish Apps to Alpha Launch. So I'll go there and choose Publish Apps to Alpha Launch, and that's going to bring up the Alpha Launch screen where I can register the names of the apps that I would like to publish to Alpha Launch. So I can choose as many apps from this web project that will be published to Alpha Launch. So I'm going to go here and say Add Component, and I'll choose the app that I just have, the UX component that I just built. And now this app has been registered, but I haven't yet configured any of the settings. So you can see the little orange icon there indicates that the settings have not yet been defined. So I'm going to go there, double click now, and start defining the settings for this app. So the first thing I need to do is give the app a unique ID. So the ID can be anything that you want, but it does have to be unique across all apps that are going to be installed in Alpha Launch. And it's common but not required to use this reverse URL pattern. So I'm going to go here and say com.alphasoftware.my.demo.app, and then I'll go here and I'll call this my demo app, and then I can give the app a description. So let's go here, and actually I'll fix that typo there, and I'll say a demo app that is installed in Alpha Launch. Then I can give the app a version number and a message that will be displayed to the user when they display the app in Alpha Launch as they're installing new apps. So I'll go here and say this is a demo app, and this can be any HTML that you want. Then the minimum size of the device on which this app can be installed, and the maximum size. And then this is the template. So the template defines how the app will appear on the Alpha Launch home screen. So for example, if we go back and look at the Alpha Launch that I have on my phone right now, so we see here that I currently have two apps installed in Alpha Launch right now, and the template controls how those apps appear over here. So you can see the template for the first Northwind example app is using a green background and this icon, and the second app that's installed uses a dark blue background. So let's pause now and pick this up in the next video. So we're continuing now to define the settings for this app that we'd like to install in Alpha Launch, and we're now defining the template for how the app appears on the Alpha Launch home screen. So in defining the template, you can either go into advanced mode, which gives you complete control over the template. So if I go there to advanced mode, you can see that I can define any template that I want. For example, the template is just HTML that contains placeholders for the app icon, the app name, and the app description. But in most cases you don't need to use the advanced mode. You can just go here and you can set the background color of the template row. So let's go there and choose, for example, that sort of purplish row. Then you can go and choose the icon. The icon can either be a bitmap or it can be SVG. If you choose SVG, then you can choose one of the built-in SVG images that come with Alpha Anywhere. So let's go ahead there and say choose that icon over there, and let's go and choose a different color for that icon. So we'll choose that as our stroke color. Maybe that doesn't look that great, and let's choose, say, that as our fill color. So let's go and choose a different stroke color. So we'll go and choose, say, that color as our stroke color. So now we have chosen our icon. Let's just preview how the icon is going to look. So that looks good, and then we can preview how the entire app template will look, and you can see that this is what our app template is going to look like. So this is how this app will appear on the Alpha Launch home screen. Of course, the actual placeholder for name here will be replaced with my demo app, and the description will be replaced as well. And then we can leave all of these other options at their default value. So I'm going to go ahead there and click OK now. And now you can see the little icon here changes to blue, indicating that the settings for this app have been defined. So now we're almost ready to publish the app to Alpha Launch, but there's still one thing that we need to do, which is define a publishing profile. So if we look over here, when we click the publish button, it requires that you specify the profile, and this is basically, this defines where to which server this app is going to be published, and that means that the app will be published to a particular server, and that's where Alpha Launch will load the app from. So I've gone now and I've defined a profile over here. So let's go over here to profiles. I've defined a profile called Alpha Launch Demo that is going to publish Alpha Launch to my local web root. So I'm running off a local server, and it's going to publish it into a folder called Alpha Launch Demo. So I'll go ahead now and click OK, and let's go back now to the publish dialog. So we'll go over there, and now I can choose publish, and I can choose the profile that I defined, but I need to also specify what the server URL is. So this is basically the address of the server where this app is going to be published, and this now needs to be changed to Alpha Launch Demo, because this is the address of my server that indicates where this app is actually going to be published. So now that I've got all of this done, I'm ready to publish. And what I'd like to do is also display a QR code at the end of the publishing process, so that I can then register this new server in my Alpha Launch application. So I'm going to go here and type in a description. I'll just type in Alpha Launch Demo, and now I'm ready to publish. So I'm going to go ahead now and press the OK button, and now we're going to basically start publishing this app to my Alpha Launch server. So we're going to go ahead now and click yes to create a new folder, and this is going to publish the app. And now when this completes, this app has been published. So there's some debugging code showing over there, but this is now the URL of the server that we can register in Alpha Launch. So let's pause now and pick this up in the next video. So we're continuing now with our video describing Alpha Launch, and at this point now we've published our app to a server, and we'd now like to install this app on our device in Alpha Launch. So here you can see we're back looking at my iPhone, and we're in the Alpha Launch app, and now we'd like to install this new app, but we first need to register the server that this app was published to. So I'm going to tap on the settings button over there, and then indicate that I'd like to register a new server. So I'll tap on the server button, and then I'm going to go ahead here and click the add button, and I'm going to scan the QR code that we generated when we specified that the app should generate a QR code, and you can see now that after we scan the QR code, we've automatically filled in the name of the server and the URL of the server as well. So I'm going to go ahead now and press the save button. You can see now that this is now also the selected app. It's got the little check mark over there. And if I go back and then back, and now if I tap on the add button over here, basically what I'm going to see is the list of the available apps that have been installed on that server. But before I tap the add button, I need to make sure that my server itself is running. So let's just go here and start the server. And then once the server has started, we can go back here now and tap on the add button. And now basically what happens is we get to see all of the apps that were published to that particular server. So there's my little comment that I added, and then here's the description of the app, and I can go now and say install, and that's going to start installing the app. So this app is now being installed on the device, so it's as if the app has been installed directly on the device. It's no longer is going to require a connection, an internet connection, in order to launch the app. So now that the app has been installed, you can see the app is showing up in my list of available apps, and the template for the app over here was defined in my settings. So I can go ahead now and tap on the button, and you can see that basically the app loads. Let's go there and fetch records from the server. Let's go and get all records from, say, the USA, and then fetch the records, and basically there's the records that have been fetched. But you can see now that when I designed this app, I didn't put a exit button on, so there's no way right now for me to get back to the Alpha Launch home screen. So in the next video we're going to show how you need to configure your apps so that all of the apps that you load into Alpha Launch have a button that allows you to get back to the Alpha Launch home screen. So we're continuing now with our video showing how you can deploy apps to a mobile device using Alpha Launch. And now what we need to do is add a button to our app so that we can exit from the app and return to the Alpha Launch home screen. So let's go now and edit our app. And we can put the button anywhere we want. Typically in an app like this, which uses a control bar, you'd want to put the button on this drop down menu over here. But just to keep things simple, I'm going to just go here under country and add a button over there. Call the button exit app. I'm going to make this button 100% width, and then I'm going to use Action JavaScript. I'll go here and type in Alpha Launch actions, and the action that I'm going to choose is exit to the Alpha Launch home screen. So if we look behind the scenes at the actual JavaScript code, the code is very simple. It just checks to see if we're running inside Alpha Launch, and then if we are, it calls the shell.exit component method. So we'll go ahead there and click OK. Let's go ahead there and save it now. And now let's just republish this app to our Alpha Launch server. So we'll go ahead and go back to the web project control panel, go here to More, Alpha Launch, choose the Publish button, and then publish the app again. So we'll go ahead now and choose the profile Alpha Launch demo. This is the address of our server. So we'll go ahead there and click OK. This is going to now publish the apps, and then once the apps have been published, we can then go back to Alpha Launch and update the app. Actually, what I should have done is I should have bumped the version number. So let's go here and bump the version number up to version number 1, and then publish the app again. So we'll go there, and now we'll switch over to watching the Alpha Launch on my actual phone itself and see how we can go about updating the app on the phone. So we're back now looking at my phone, and what we're going to do is install a new version of this app. So I'm going to tap on the Manage button at the bottom of the screen, which is off the video, and that'll bring up the list of available apps over there. And then what I'm going to do is tap and hold on the app over there, and then at the bottom of the screen, unfortunately below the video, there's a button that says update. So I'll tap the update button. So I'm going to say here that I'd like to update the app to version 1.1. So I'll go there and say update, and so now the app is being reinstalled. So a new version of the app is now being installed, and after this has been installed, we can go and check out how it works. So now that the app has been installed, let's go there and launch the app, and now you can see that if I tap on a row now, I have my exit button that takes me back to the Alpha Launch home screen. So what we've shown in this video is how you can publish applications to Alpha Launch. These applications are full PhoneGap applications. In other words, they have access to the camera, to the file system, to SQLite, etc., to the video recorder, to the audio recorder. But when you publish them, you can avoid going through the App Store. You can update them without having to go through the App Store, and it becomes a very convenient way for deploying applications to mobile devices quickly. Thank you very much for watching.